Thanks, Danielle and Lily. Davenport freshman Emmy Mahmood was born in Sudan and came to America when she was 3. Growing up, she struggled to reconcile the war-torn landscape that much of her family was still living in with the relative quiet of suburban Pennsylvania. Now, she uses spoken word as a tool, not only to understand her own emotions, but also as a way to educate others.
Every day, I go to school with the weight of dead neighbors on my shoulders. The worst thing about genocide isn't the murder, the politics, or the hunger, or the government-paid soldiers that chase you across borders and into camps. It's the silence. But what does it matter? I've seen 16 ways to stop a heart.
I was born in Sudan. I've lived in Philadelphia most of my life. And my entire family is from Darfur. And a lot of people at Yale do not know anything about Darfur. A lot of people all over the world don't know anything about Darfur. This is something that consumed basically my entire childhood, my entire life. The reason that I started with poetry is one of the things that I was most comfortable with when I was small. Just making rhyming couplets. And that was my poetry basically my entire life until I came here.
I was privileged to see Emmy even before she auditioned. I was like maybe one of the first people to see her perform poetry at all, because she wrote some poems and I helped edit her and worked with her some stuff. And it was, you know, in the beginning she was good and she had some she had some really strong writing, but her pieces overall weren't as good. And just like to watch her evolve incredibly rapidly over 6 months now. She had never written spoken word before this fall.
Emmy was always a poet. In fact, she jokes that she learned English at rhyme. However, her first experience with spoken word was at Yale.
The reason that spoken word was really revolutionary to me was because you cut out all of the extra things, all of the similes and whatnot that are just there because they're there to be devices. You cut it down to the core of the story, to everything that you're feeling, and then you just go. The idea of it is that you don't just make things pretty, you say things how they are. Now, I say things way more directly than I did before. And the thing is, I also found out a lot of things about myself, like why it is that I smile all the time. Because if you don't smile, you cry. That's just how it is in my culture.
She never stops being Emmy, which I love. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, Emmy, stop. Because she's just it's so much happiness.
Yeah, I think we had, with the Sudan poem, when she first started doing it, she would be smiling throughout it. We had to sort of, force her, and we have the one piece, we're like, Emmy, you are not Emmy in this piece. You need to realize this. Yeah, we had to work with her to make her perform with the weight of her words.
Yeah.
So once you figure out how you're feeling about something, and you learn how to convey that to other people, if you use spoken word the right way, then, as my friend Sean always says, then you could change one person, and that would be enough.
Her pieces are just incredibly powerful, and people afterwards just wow, I really felt that. So it's been incredibly special, and I feel very lucky to have gotten to see Emmy just become better and better and better, and just speak truth all the time.
People don't want to be sad. I never wanted to be sad. I never chose to be sad. Why am I making other people sad? It was not about sadness, it's about truth. It's really the nitty-gritty of it. It's just about truth.
Scarlet footprints on the floor. I remember waking to the sound of hushed voices in the night, etched with the kind of sorrow that turns even the loudest dreams to ash. And it was impossible to believe in anything. Fear is the coldest thing in the desert. Fear is the coldest thing in the desert. Fear is the coldest thing in the desert, and it burns you, bows you down to half your height, and owns you, and no one hears you. Because what could grow in the desert anyway?
At her most recent poetry slam, Emmy was named Best Rookie. It looks like this Yale has not only found her voice, but knows how to use it. This has been Olivia Papko-Jacha and Isabel McCullough, reporting for YTV. Back to you.